Karen Jones here, pointofview.me.com, live in Tokyo. So the other day there was a pretty intense earthquake. Earthquakes in Tokyo are pretty common. I've been coming to Tokyo for about 7 years now, and I've experienced my first earthquake. I was at a friend's house, and she has a house, so she lives, on ground level, and it's made of wood, and the whole house shook for about a minute. She was really excited because it was the first time I had ever really experienced the earthquake in Tokyo, and she said, you're really lucky because it lasted so long you could really experience it. Luckily it wasn't so long that it was detrimental and dangerous for all of us, and it was just a tremor, really. I think it was like 4.8 or something like that. The next time I experienced an earthquake that was memorable, I was on the 41st floor of the hotel that I work at and that I live in. And it was really kind of scary because it was right after Fukushima, maybe about 9 months after. And the whole building, I live in a very large building. It's like 3 buildings connected. It's a big rectangular building. And the whole building was moving pretty quickly. There are different kinds of earthquakes. There are earthquakes that kind of like bubble, so they like bump, like that, exactly. And then there are the ones that go side to side, like this, and then they slow down, and then they go faster. Now, because I'm up so high, the building is designed to be flexible. So it does move a little bit more than, let's say, if you were in another kind of structure, so I'm told. I've experienced it in a house, a wooden house, and in a very tall building. And usually I'm in the hotel when it happens. I haven't been like on the ground walking anywhere when it happens. I'm sure that would be kind of scary. I talked to a friend of mine who had that experience, and he said it's very disorienting. You feel like you're walking on earth that's moving like water. I haven't experienced that. I hope I don't have to. So anyway, the whole experience of an earthquake, as people know who live in LA, it's just kind of weird. You don't expect the earth to move under your feet, not like the Carole King song where you're like in love or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a totally different kind of experience, as we all know. But I'm more talking about the fear, I guess, that the thoughts that run through your head around this could be it. What if this is that super big earthquake that everyone's been predicting, either in California or here in Japan, where this is it? It does cross your mind, especially the other night, because that one lasted a good 3 to 4 minutes. And I was in bed, and I was on my iPad working, as I do, because I stay up pretty late. And all of a sudden it started, and it just didn't stop. And I was like, okay, is this going to stop? And then the voice came on, the loudspeaker, in Japanese that, of course, I do not understand. I understand, a little, very, very little bit. Skoshi, wakarimasu. I understand very little Japanese, but let me tell you something. I was like, English, please, English, tell me what you're saying. And basically she was just saying that the elevators have to be stopped when there's an earthquake because it's very, very dangerous to be in the elevators. And they said that in English in the next speaker announcement. Now about 20 minutes after that, they had another speaker announcement, and that said that the building was safe and everyone can relax. So I relaxed and I went to sleep. The one other thing that happened was that before the earthquake even began, there was a warning on my cell phone. It's like this siren that goes off, and I guess it goes off on everybody's cell phone who's connected to the major companies they have here. And that thing went off pretty much like the siren's going off right now. How do you like that for interesting synchronicity? And it was a warning to tell me the earthquake was coming. So pretty much wakes up everybody to be alert, to get up, get out, if it's necessary, get up, get out, get where you need to get to be as safe as you can be. If you know, depending on how safe you consider yourself to be during an earthquake. So that was my experience. I know that earthquakes are actually pretty good in terms of they allowed the planet to release the energy of the Earth building up energy, and I know and I hope that if others do continue, that it will only be for that reason and not for the big one. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your shirts and just pray every time there's an earthquake around the planet that it's just enough energy to release the tension from the planet. And that's how it be. That's how it was. And Karen Jones signing off.